To all the viewers, I assume most of you are enjoying your time off. As for me, I don't really have the luxury of taking breaks during traditional holidays like New Year's or the Bon Festival. I'm working even during the year-end and New Year holidays. By working, I don't mean creating these videos. I have another job, and that job doesn't have any breaks. Perhaps there are others like me who are also working non-stop through the year-end and New Year holidays. For instance, those in logistics or the food service industry are probably quite busy during this time. Let's do our best together. Now, on to today's topic. I'd like to talk about the Chinese film industry. Recently, the box office results for Christmas Eve last December were published, and they show a dramatic decline compared to previous years. For some context, Christmas Eve box office records in China go back quite some time. From 2015 to 2017, which was considered a booming period for the Chinese economy, box office revenues on Christmas Eve exceeded 500 million yuan, peaking at 580 million yuan. By today's exchange rate, 500 million yuan is roughly equivalent to 10 billion yen. Just for Christmas Eve alone, those were astonishing numbers. However, in 2023, that figure dropped to 260 million yuan, marking a 50% decrease from its peak. More strikingly, just a few days ago on Christmas Eve 2024, the box office revenue fell below 100 million yuan to 70 million yuan. That's only about one-fourth of the previous year's revenue, a staggering decline. As a result, the Chinese film industry is facing a major upheaval. Looking at the bigger picture, during the Chinese New Year holiday last year, the box office revenue saw a double-digit increase compared to the previous year. At the time, people speculated that the industry was finally recovering. However, upon closer examination, it turned out that there was an extra holiday day compared to normal years, which inflated the figures, a statistical anomaly. By the summer, the box office had plummeted more than 40% compared to the previous year. So, while there seemed to be a glimmer of hope during the New Year holiday, the summer performance dashed those hopes, and then the Christmas statistics showed a revenue drop to one-fourth of the previous year's figures. It leaves one wondering about the industry's future. Annual data shows that the number of screenings across China increased to over 100 million, reaching 144 million screenings in total. However, revenue dropped from 55 billion yuan the previous year to 42.3 billion yuan, a decline of over 100 billion yen in Japanese terms, roughly 2 trillion yen. This is a significant drop, showing that the industry, like others, is contracting. Interestingly, the average spending per customer remained largely unchanged, indicating that the number of attendees per screening had significantly decreased. This leads to the question, why has the Chinese film industry seen such a sharp decline? Some speculate that the rise of short videos is a key factor. Platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts offer countless short-form videos, often under a minute long, which people watch one after another. This has apparently made it harder for people to sit through longer formats like 2-hour movies. While this argument has some merit, others believe short videos and movies serve entirely different purposes. Another reason often cited is a decline in young couples going on movie dates. In China, it used to be common for young couples to go to the movies, but now there are fewer young couples due to declining marriage rates. For example, only 6.59 million couples got married in China in 2024, the lowest figure in 40 years. Economic challenges, including widespread unemployment among young people, have made it difficult for them to prioritize dating, let alone movie dates. Lastly, some argue that the lack of appealing movies is to blame. In China, films are subject to government censorship, which limits creativity and forces filmmakers to produce safe, propaganda-like content that extols China's greatness. This has led to repetitive themes, which audiences may find boring. Personally, I can't recall the last time I went to the cinema. While I watch movies online, I often skip through parts, undermining the immersive experience that a theater provides. If any of you still go to the cinema and have recently seen a great movie, I'd love to hear your recommendations. Tomorrow, if my health permits, I plan to do my first live broadcast of the year. I'll announce it in tomorrow morning's video if it's happening. Thank you for watching today's video. See you next time.